Blog Talk Radio.
This is your psychic girlfriend, Robin Richardson. And if you're like me, you're interested in how the universe works and in all things mystical. So let's explore it together. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast.
Good evening, everyone. This is your psychic girlfriend, Robin Richardson, and we're back for episode 2 of the reboot. I kind of feel like I'm the Sex and the City girl. I'm like back and forth here. another part of your psychic girlfriend's journey, and I welcome you to the show, and I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm so grateful for my listeners, and thank you for all the positive feedback and insights that I got from last week's show, and if you haven't heard it, please check it out. If you're new to my world, I'm a Reiki master teacher and an Akashic record master teacher, and I've been a psychic since 1990. Like, I'm a natural born psychic, but my story's long, and just like everybody else, you discover your gifts, and my purpose in this world is to give to people, help them guide and navigate their lives so that they can live a better life. And I use the Akashic records to do that, and I've been so blessed to meet great people along the way, and I'm particularly grateful for the clients that I have. And if you are interested in more about what I do, slide on over to yourpsychicgirlfriend.com or find me on Facebook, Your Psychic Girlfriend. We're creating a great community over there, and there'll be like surprises and freebies and things like that. And, of course, Instagram, Robin, Your Psychic Girlfriend. And if you are TikTokers, because I know I've got some TikTok fans out there, check me out at Your Psychic Girlfriend. And I give freebies there a lot and do lives. So welcome. I have a great show for you tonight. This woman I can't even tell you, right before the show, I pulled a card, as I do. I teach a class called Turbocharge Your Psychic Abilities, and my guest has been part of that group since COVID started. So I pulled a card for this particular group, for this listenership, for if you are listening, whether it's tonight or another time through a podcast. I pulled the heart card, and to me, that's love, gratitude, appreciation. So if you're listening here, love is on the way to you. Love is in your life. And this woman personifies love and gratitude, I can just tell you. Her name is SANIKA BHURKE. She is a life coach. She currently lives in San Francisco, California. She grew up in Thane, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, a city close to Mumbai, India, and has experienced her life in the United States as an ambitious, single, Indian immigrant working woman. She knew early on that she had a strong calling to coaching, spirituality, and being an advocate for mental health. On this path, she got certified as a life coach, is learning Ayurveda, and is constantly curious about the magic of the universe, as am I. SANIKA enjoys her career in San Francisco in the tech industry in the field of cybersecurity. Good person to have on your team, I think, and is grateful for the abundant opportunities and community she has access to. She is creating her own path on her journey to self-love and making the good life even better. Welcome, SANIKA, to the show. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much, Robin. Wow, that was such a beautiful introduction. And I'm so glad you mentioned the card that you pulled out was the heart. Because guess what? When we ended the class today, I closed my eyes and I saw a heart in front of my eyes. So this is a great start to our conversation.
Oh, it really is. It really is. And I was so happy to see that card. It's one of my favorites. And we'll be giving, SANIKA is amazing, intuitive, and again, another student of Akashic Records. And We will be giving readings. So if you guys are on the line and you want to call in or you're listening, feel free to call in at 516-387-1260, and we will be taking your calls later in the show. So SANIKA, tech industry, cybersecurity, how the heck did you start getting into life coaching, spirituality? Tell me about your you live in the United States, and there's amazing stuff here. So tell me a little bit about how you got started.
I am so excited to talk about this. So I grew up in Thane, and that's the city close to Mumbai, and I always knew that I wanted to study abroad, and that was like my way of coming to the United States and studying in the field of technology and having what I like to call a glamorous career in consulting with all the Fortune 500 and Fortune 100 clients and the travel and all of that. But there came a point where I really started questioning myself, like, what does success mean to me? And I noticed that my life looked great on paper. I had a rock-solid resume, but it wasn't really a reflection of what I was feeling inside. So coaching started as a journey for me to start going inward and really recognize that there's so much beyond what I see in the 3D or the physical or what I see on my resume. And there's so much of my inner world that I haven't even begun to explore. So that's my journey into coaching. And I got certified as a life coach. On that path, I realized that I had a calling to also go back to my roots, and Ayurveda was a way for me to connect back to my roots. So Ayurveda is an ancient science of life and medicine back in India. It's like 5,000 years old. It's really ancient wisdom. And it was my way of connecting back to my roots. And as I was on this path of Ayurveda and coaching, I started getting really curious about the universe and our connection to nature and co-creating with the universe. So that's my journey in a nutshell. And I'm so glad that I found it in this stage in my life.
Oh my gosh. So tell us a little bit about Ayurveda and how it could help us to live a better life.
Yeah. So one of the things that really resonated with me when I started my Ayurveda studies is it's based on foundations like the elements that we find in nature and the functional energies that get created by these elements. So like earth, water, fire, wind, space, akasha. And it really opened my eyes to how connected we are to the universe, how connected we are to nature. And it really made me feel that, there's so much beyond what I already know about this life or the paths that I've taken so far in technology. So I think that was one of the biggest takeaways for me. And the other thing that Ayurveda has helped me with is having a nice routine or a lifestyle depending on the cycles of nature and the seasons that we are in. So, for example, I used to be overwhelmed with all of these 5 a.m. clubs and all the information out there on these different diets. And Ayurveda really helped me understand what is good for my specific body constitution. What is a good time to eat lunch depending on the cycles of the sun? What are some foods that I need to introduce when it's winter and things get colder and the nights get longer? So those are the two areas where I have been really impacted by Ayurveda in my own life. And there's a wealth of knowledge about nutrition, and it's the science of yoga. And the thing I absolutely love and what resonates for me in Ayurveda is it considers that we have 3 bodies: the physical body, which is obvious to all of us. There's the subtle body, which is our mind. and there's the causal body, which is the cosmos. And the fact that ancient science acknowledges the soul, acknowledges the cosmos, that was just so beautiful and so striking to me. So it's very holistic, and that's the nuggets of wisdom that I have received from Ayurveda.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So you mentioned Akasha. And so I have to ask you, being a student of the Akashic Records, and so tell me how this relates, or how, like, you know, what was your impression when you took the Akashic Record class, and does it tie into Ayurveda at all?
Yeah, I notice it all the time, Robin. Like when I am in my Ayurveda class, some of the things I learned from these ancient scriptures, or these scriptures that are written in Sanskrit and now are getting translated for me to study in English, a lot of the things, I feel like there's so much connection between this ancient wisdom and the tools that I learn in coaching, or when I go to a spirituality class or the Akashic Records class. I'm able to just connect everything so much. So specifically for the Akasha, what I learned was Akasha, or space, is where it all begins. It's like this blank space, you know, charged particles, and that's where everything begins. That's where everything starts. And I remember in our Akashic Records class, we discussed about like how everything is already happened, is happening in the present moment, and is going to happen in the future, and it's how it's all recorded. So it was kind of cool to know that there's so much that exists beyond our physical perception. And I think that's how I would connect the two.
Yeah, it's really interesting you say that, because when I first started consciously working with the Akashic Records, we are all connected to the Akashic Records. But when I started to, you know, really be conscious of it and use it that way, I recognize the ability for us to, like you said, like a blank space, to like really, once you're in the now, you can create from that blank space or that nothingness. And, you know, I call it, you know, possibility, or, you know, so, you know, it's real. I feel like it's really important for us to practice being in the now, you know, and remember who we are as spiritual beings. And I call it the broader self. You know, people call it God or the universe or whatever. And I use those terms interchangeably. But, you know, I also feel like, and you might, you know, concur, is that everything unfolds as it should. And, you know, we create, and yet there's also these threads from the past, whether we're conscious or not, that, you know, we keep recreating, you know. So, you know, I feel like though it's the soul's purpose, and that's one of the things that, you know, I learned in the Akashic Records is my soul's purpose. And anybody out there interested, you know, it's really amazing to get a reading. You know, I'm not just tooting my horn about it, but, you know, if you are confused about it, your soul's purpose, it's a pathway to connect with that. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah, and as you said, Robin, like connecting with our soul's purpose, it's so true. I did a coaching exercise called the life purpose, and my life purpose is being. And every time I get caught up in I have to do this and I have to do that, and I need to check off everything on my to-do list, and I need to make these big plans for my 5 years and 10 years, and I get overwhelmed, I just remind myself of my life purpose, which is being. And for me, that means being present in the moment, being present in the now. And it's just such a compass for bringing me back to my center. So there's so much value and there's so much gold in taking on these exercises and these tools and just really centering back to ourselves.
So let me ask you, so working in cybersecurity, emphasis on cyber, how do you bring these tools into the corporate world?
Yeah, that's a great question. So can I start the other way around? I actually bring tools from my corporate world into my life.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
So
okay.
So being a cybersecurity specialist, one of the things I have to do is constantly like assess the environment for any threats or mature the cybersecurity programs at the companies that I'm in. And I found myself asking myself a question, why don't we do that for our own lives? Like, why don't we, have OKRs, like these quarterly plans for our own lives or goal setting for our own life? Why don't I assess different areas of my life, my physical well-being, emotional well-being, spiritual well-being, mental well-being, and see what are the areas where I can give myself more support to mature in those areas. So that's how I have used my cybersecurity corporate America skills and applied them to my own life. Because I thought to myself, I put in all these hours at work and that's how my projects move forward. But I could totally use all these tools that I have at work and apply them to my own life and also move my personal well-being space forward. So that's how I have made a connection for that. And the second question that you asked me, Robin, is how do I bring coaching and spirituality into my day job, like into the cybersecurity world? And I've come to a point where there's honestly, it's so integrated, just the person who I've become by taking on these coaching lessons and spirituality classes, just the person that I've become is who shows up in those spaces now. I'm so much more empowered and I'm able to be so much more assertive. I have more focus, more clarity, and I just feel that I'm able to make so much more impact by being who I am, by being the best version of who I am. So I think that's how it helps me. It's a very subtle way of saying how it helps me, but I can feel it. Remember how I used to say that I used to feel so empty inside, but my life looked good on paper? I feel so good inside. And now I feel the external world that's manifesting for me is matching or aligning with how I feel inside.
Yeah, that's a great thing to say because I feel that way too. That when I align and connect with my spiritual tools, my spiritual self, the world around me, does its thing, and I know that I can connect to that and, stay neutral in a lot of cases when I get off my, out of my lane, so to speak, then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I'm being the human, side of this, it's out of balance a little bit. I like to get back into the, the mixture, the nice blend of spiritual human. So it's great that you said that because I also have had corporate experiences, and I have to tell you, like, there was a lot at my last job where people, and being yourself, I was completely myself, and I loved that. I got to be the psychic, the spiritual coach, the business coach, the sales coach, all that stuff, and work a mean Excel sheet,
Yeah.
And I loved that.
Yeah.
I think the more you are yourself, the more you are yourself, the better.
Yes,
so
and the thing that I was going to add, there, Robin, is being able to bring your full self, your whole self to work, and being able to bring your full humanity to work is such a beautiful experience that I get to experience now. So thank you for sharing that. Yes.
Well, we have a chat room question from April Lillian, and it is, what is your spiritual tool go-to when placed in a position of being thrown off balance?
Oh. Yes.
A good Pinot Noir? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's such a real experience, right? It's just so human to feel thrown off balance. So I think the first thing is just reminding myself that I'm human, I'm having a human experience, and it's okay to get thrown off center rather than beating myself up for it or thinking that there's something wrong with me. So I think that's the first thing, is having that gentle reminder for yourself. And I do either one of these two things. Either I'll text my coach or I'll email my coach and say, this is what is happening. I just need you to listen and remind me how awesome I am, or send me some acknowledgement. So, or I will make a note of it and take it to my coach and discuss about it in our next session. So that's one thing. And the second thing is tuning into the present moment by using my breath. I think that is such a easily available tool to us. There's nothing extra you need to do. You have your breath, you have your body, you have yourself in the moment, and really just taking in 3 deep breaths and a loud exhale. And when you exhale, just releasing that stress from your body, like imagining that it's getting out of your body. So I think those are the tools that I use, and they've helped me a lot.
That is amazing. Well, and part of like when I'm out of balance is connecting to gratitude. And I know that you have a wonderful gratitude exercise that you want to share with our listeners. And before we do that, I want people to know that they can find you on Instagram at Life Coach SANIKA, and you have a Facebook group called Virtual Coffee with Life Coach SANIKA, and all that information is in the episode notes, so feel free to check that out. But I wanted to get our gratitude exercise and then start taking readings. So would you like to talk about this exercise a little bit, or just get right into it?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I thought we were going to take a call first. Okay. Thank you, Robin. And I have a lot of fun on my Instagram, and I enjoy my Facebook group. So feel free to join. It's a very positive, inspiring community space. Okay, so this gratitude tool is actually very versatile. I used it in one of my coaching groups yesterday, and it's called the Rose Thorn Bud exercise. And this is a gentle reminder of remembering what are the gifts in your life and what are you grateful for, which is the rose, which smells good and looks pretty. And then remembering that the rose comes with a thorn, and like just journaling what are the thorns, what's bothering you in your life, what is the grief in your life. And the next part is the bud, which is a bud is a rose that hasn't fully blossomed yet, but it's in process, it's in progress. Like you can connect this to a caterpillar that turns into a butterfly. So really taking a look at what are the growth areas or what are the budding areas in your life and offering gratitude for that. So that's really a very simple tool. You can apply it to different areas in your life. And another thing that I would like to mention here is taking a look at what's bothering you and identifying what is the opportunity in that grief, or what is the gift in that grief, what is your opportunity in that problem. A lot of the times we grow through our pain and our challenges, and in the moment we want to just get it out of our system. We don't want to deal with it. But when you reflect on it, you actually notice how much you've grown through it. So honestly, there's so much to be grateful for, and I am so happy to share this rose thorn bud tool with all of you.
Thank you, Sanika. That was beautiful. I love the visual of the rose. All right, so we are going to take questions because I got to tell you, Sanika is an awesome reader, so you are in treat tonight. And I see that, most everybody here is going to get a reading, so lucky you guys. So the first call I'm going to take is a 509 area code with the ending 6439. And let's see, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for taking the call. My name is Mindy.
Hi, Mindy. What can we do for you?
I was just wondering if she could just do, or if you guys could just do a basic, or just a general reading, I guess.
So the question would be like, what do you need to know right now from your spirit guides or something like that?
Right. Yeah, that would be a good question.
Okay.
Yeah.
We love that. We love that. We love working with you. All right. Sanika, Mindy's her name. And where are you from, Mindy?
I'm from Washington State.
Welcome. All right. All right. Oh, okay. Do you have anything, Sanika?
Yes. Hi, Mindy. So the thing that I got for you is, the message that I got for you is trust yourself. And I could see a lot of trees. So I don't know if you live in an area that has a lot of trees around you. But the message I got for you is trust yourself and explore the outdoors or the nature, connect with the trees. Trees are our friends. And God. Speaking of that, I actually have a tool. So if you have any emotions like guilt or stress or shame that's not serving you, stand by the tree trunk and allow the tree to absorb all of those feelings. So that's the message I got for you. Mm-hmm.
Just any tree
Sanika,
trunk?
I almost said shut the front door because I got tree as well. So so my interpretation of the tree is a little different. My interpretation is like it has taken a long time, Mindy, to get where you want to go, and to trust that process. And I like the tree trunk visual as well, but sending that, either your grief down through the roots and then sending your desires, your wishes, your gratitude, whatever it is, up through the trunk into the branches. And I feel like, if you have trust issues, that's why it's been taking a long time. But I love getting out in nature and having nature talk to you. I really feel like that's important.
And that's why I hate when people say people are crazy, because it's like you're uprooting them from their own ground. And it's like, how are you supposed to trust yourself when, like when you have things going on around you and then people are like, well, no, you're crazy. It's like, no, I don't feel like I'm crazy, but I'm sorry. But then it's like, okay, now can I trust myself? Because
yeah, that's the work, is trusting yourself always. And if you do any kind of intuition, work with your intuition, or you need help with that, I teach a free class right before the show, just FYI, so come and play with us, because the more you trust that intuition and the more you trust that energy that subtle energy that's unique to you, the more that you'll be able to trust yourself and take care of yourself. And who cares what other people say?
But it's hard because it's like when I have these, when I see things, I'm sure you can relate. Like you're a psychic, things that are going on that, it's like other people would be like, no, they don't want to accept that because it's easier to live in the world where, things are peaceful and nothing's bad. But when you find these things that are bad and it's like you go and disrupt somebody's, easy living, or it's like, and then they're brought with this. It's like they, instead of accepting it, they just kind of like, no, it's not really going on. You're crazy, and brush it off. But,
But here's the thing: it doesn't matter what other people think. At the end of the day, like your world is your world. Do you know what I'm saying?
But when you're trying to get those people on board to solve a problem or something that you see needs. You know what I mean? Like when it's something at a bigger level and you're trying, and it's like, hello, I can see that this is going on. Why are you people not acting? This needs to be resolved here. And
all the time, Mindy, all the time.
Yeah.
I relate.
So,
and
I mean, and I don't have a magic wand to bop them over the head.
Just surround them with love and create the space that they'll go to it.
Okay.
we appreciate it. So glad you called, and keep listening. Keep showing up. We love it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
All right, trying to work.
Put me back on mute, please.
Yeah. I'm trying. There we go. I'm going to have to get a producer. All right. We've got 856 area code, and the last digits are 2340. Let's see. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you? It's Maria.
We're good. Hi, Maria. Where are you from?
Hi. I'm New Jersey.
All right. What can we do for you? SANIKA's ready to
Whatever
go.
you guys pick up.
All right.
For the next month or so. That's coming up.
All right.
Something positive.
Oh, my gosh. Let's hope so. This is Maria in New Jersey. Oh, well, I do have some positive news for you. Do you want to go first, SANIKA?
Go ahead, Robin.
I mean, I'm getting peace in the decisions you're going to be making in the next month or so. So I feel like, connect with that emotion, those dreams that you have. And if it's around a job or something around that, I just feel like that there's some positive energy coming your way. Are you a mom?
Not yet. I want to.
Okay, so there's mommy energy. So, I just want to tell you that. So I don't know if that's happening in the next month or so, but, I kind of get that energy. So.
Cool.
Ms. SANIKA?
Hi, Maria. So the thing that I got for you was a big house and a small house. And it kind of goes with what Robin said, the mommy energy. So like a big person and a small person who needs a small house. And the other thing that I got for you is I saw this lamp, like a floor lamp, which was lit up. And it's in the corner and it has some things on it. It's like this lamp has shelves and it has a few things on it. So I don't know if you have a lamp in your place with things on it, but there's something there that has a message for you. Maybe it's lighting the lamp within you. It's maybe like bringing that light in the center of your life. Just something to do with the light that's within you. That's the message I got for you.
Cool.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for calling in.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Working the board here. All right. The next caller is an 860 area code. Oh, where did it go? There we go, 860.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi. Good, how are you?
And what's your name?
It's Amala.
Amala. And where are you from?
Yeah. Connecticut.
Connecticut, okay. Too bad it's not Kamala. I'm just kidding. Welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome.
Same letters. Same letters. Yeah.
All right. Well, Amala, what's your question?
I just was wondering, in the next month or two, do you see my social life maybe getting better? It's just been really, my frequency is just rising, and people are falling away, but it's been like this for quite some time now. So I'm ready to meet my posse, my tribe. Just wondering.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. SANIKA.
Hi, Amala.
Hi.
Hi,
So
good,
the thing
good.
that I got for you is enjoy your solitude. When you are ascending and your vibration is rising, it's noticeable to see how things, people, places, beliefs fall off from our lives and our journey. And this is a time for being in your own space and enjoying your solitude. And when you asked me about your social circle, I actually got something. I just saw like a blank space. So it's kind of like you are recreating and reinventing your life on a blank slate. And it's good for you to enjoy your solitude. That's what I got.
Okay.
Yeah, and I agree with SANIKA. I see like you're balancing out your energies and getting, the ground under your feet type of thing. And I feel like there's been little obstacles in creating what you want, but, you have a strong connection to spirit. And so when you turn the valve down low, that's when it's harder. But I'm feeling like you're learning more about like how to turn it on and then trust it when it's on, and allowing time to take its course, let the universe respond. So I feel like that you may be, I don't know if you're taking a trip or you're traveling at some point, but I feel like you're going to meet a lot of really cool, nurturing people, like on a trip or traveling somewhere. And this could also mean like you're just connecting with people far away.
Oh,
currently.
Interesting. It's interesting. I just have a comment. It's really interesting. Like as I'm evolving and growing, it's like, with this pandemic, everything is like networking, and it's all pretty much online. And it's like it's like I'm totally following my intuition. It's like just because you're networking doesn't mean that's your people, so to speak. It's like leaders are just that. They lead without having to be friends with everybody in the group. And I find that some of these group people, they mean well, but it's just like what is it? Monet's painting of all these swirls of colors and paint, and it's everybody swirling with each other, including the leader. Well, I don't know. I know I'm a leader. It's not like I'm anti-friends, but it's just a leader does just that. They lead. And not needing to swirl their energy with the group as well. Do you see what I mean?
I feel like
makes sense.
Yeah, I totally get it. The first thing that came to me is try different types of groups that are more social than being where you don't have to be the leader.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I'll find my way. I trust the universe. I think that's what the message is for both of you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to trust.
All right.
You have to. You have to. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for calling in. Keep listening.
All right. Take good care.
All right. You too. Okay. Learning this board. Okay. We've got 5 minutes left. Let's take one more caller. And 214, you are the lucky last caller.
Hello.
214. Hi, 214.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. What's your name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie, what can we do for you? And where are you from?
Texas.
All right.
Just
Stephanie
wanting a
from
general.
Texas.
Just wanting a
All
general
right.
reading.
We like that. So whatever comes, huh?
Sure.
I love the energy of this group. It's been nice. All right. Sonika, anything for Miss Stephanie?
What was the question again, please?
Just a general reading. So whatever comes up to you. I mean,
Okay.
I feel like you're going to have some luck, either networking or some sort of. I mean, it was interesting. The woman was talking about, networking. But I feel like for you, if you are networking or meeting people in a group, there's going to be some luck coming from that.
Okay.
Yeah, and what I got was.
I'm sorry?
What I got was you are climbing up the stairs or you're climbing up the ladder and keep going on that path. So, and what I saw was when you climb 3 steps, there's going to be a plateau. So you have your growth stage and then you have your comfort stage and then you keep climbing again. So that's what I got.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Stephanie, for calling.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
we have
you.
3 minutes left. So what I'm going to say is, thank you for all of the people that called in and people that are listening. We love you, and we couldn't do the show without you. So, Sanika, you are a gem, a bright light in this world. Do you want to talk about your initiative?
Yeah. Well, before that, I actually want to acknowledge you, Robin. I'm so glad that I met you last year and I got to take these intuition and spirituality classes with you. It's really made my life so much more easier and just calmer and beautiful. So thank you for owning your gifts and sharing it with the world. And anybody who's listening, please join the classes. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun time. And about my initiative, so I have a 8-week group coaching program for ambitious single Indian immigrant working women. And we cover topics like immigration, the concept of home, singlehood, dating, self-love, confidence, mental resilience, just all of these topics that I have experienced in my own journey. And it's a free group and we have a lot of fun and we do a lot of sharing. So feel free to join and share it with anybody who you think it will benefit.
And the link is in the episode notes. And so check it out. Check out Coach Sanika. She is on Instagram as Life Coach Sanika. Follow us there. And Sanika, thank you again for being a part of the show.
Thank you, Robin. I had so much fun.
Okay, so next week I've got a treat for you, and her name is Carol Woodless. And I actually went to college with Carol, and it's funny that we are on the same sort of spiritual path, except she is an author and a shaman. So we are going to be talking about ceremony. We're going to be talking about storytelling, and we will be taking calls, of course. So tune in next week. And if you are interested in getting a reading from me, Your Psychic Girlfriend, head on over to yourpsychicgirlfriend.com. I have readings from all categories. Get yourself an email reading if you would rather not talk. Otherwise, book now. Spaces are filling up. And check me out on TikTok. I discovered TikTok and I love it. So much fun. So thank you again. We will see you next week and have a blessed evening.